New overnight, Denver police are investigating a fatal crash that killed a person walking. It happened last night right around 40th in Colorado sometime after 9 o'clock. Denver police say the person died at the scene. No other information right now about whether or not the driver stayed on scene available at this time. Also right now, Denver police are investigating 3 different hit-and-run crashes just from the weekend.
9's reporter Courtney Yoon is joining us in the studio with the latest. And Courtney, no suspects in custody right now.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Corey and Erica. Police are looking for suspects all across the metro on these 3 separate hit and runs. 2 of them were deadly. Investigators are asking for the public's help to find some answers. The first crash happened early around 3:45 on Saturday morning, right outside Children's Hospital, Colorado. That's where officers found a 42-year-old woman who was killed crossing the street mid-block in the eastbound lanes of East Colfax Avenue. Aurora police say a driver in an SUV hit her and kept going. They believe the car involved was a silver Ford Explorer. Then a man was killed at the intersection of Bowles Avenue and Echo Star just west of Santa Fe Drive. Littleton police say it happened after 3:20 yesterday morning. A Medina alert was sent out for a driver in a newer white Jeep Grand Cherokee. The car has damage to the driver's side front fender. If you've seen it, call 911. Denver police say somebody ran over a cyclist near Virginia and Downing yesterday afternoon. It happened right on the edge of Wash Park. The cyclist was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. So far, no information on the driver or the car that hit them. Anyone with information about any of these hit and runs should call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen right now. That's 720-913-7867. You can remain anonymous with your tip, and you could get a reward of up to $2,000. Corey.
Yeah, some tough news coming out of this weekend. Courtney, thank you. Downtown Evergreen is under a boil water advisory. There was a water main break over the weekend. The system was flushed and samples were collected, but the town says they won't have those results back until later today. So as a precaution, they're keeping the boil water order in effect. The town says they texted anyone who may have been impacted. Happening this week, West Metro Fire is working with the city of Lakewood on prescribed burns in Bear Creek Lake Park. The burns are designed to improve conditions for native plants and wildlife, getting rid of weeds and excess debris that can be a fire hazard. These burns also give firefighters training with live fire. Happening tomorrow, the city of Denver will clear another homeless encampment. They plan to sweep the encampment at 8th and Logan that houses about 70 people. This will be the first time the city doesn't just move people on the street to another corner, because they happen to have 70 units of housing available.
We were able to go to people and say, hey, we've got a hotel room option for you. We've got a micro community option for you. What do you think best meets your needs? And then with those capacities and resources, we've been able to place people into those locations.
Once more housing units open up, the city wants to do the same at other encampments around town. The city insists this particular sweep has nothing to do with it being right in front of the governor's mansion.
Right now, the deadline to fund the government is less than a week away as we look live at Capitol Hill. Deeply divided, House Republicans work through the weekend to find a path forward and avert a shutdown on Sunday.
I don't want to see a shutdown, but there is no doubt in my mind that the country is headed for a shutdown and everyone should prepare as such.
Right now, a new budget is stuck in the House as Republicans demand steep spending cuts. Democrats and the Biden administration are warning of dire consequences if a deal is not reached. Federal law enforcement will work without pay. We want to take a look at what else can be impacted here as well. Thousands of kids would lose access to government pre-K. Passport offices would shut down. Food safety programs would also be affected. Millions of federal employees and military service members will not receive paychecks. Social Security checks would continue to go out. Medicare and Medicaid programs would remain intact, and the U.S. Post Office would remain in operation. Uber Eats looking to increase access to fresh groceries. They just announced the company will be accepting food stamps for food orders starting next year. Uber says it's making this change as a way to reduce barriers to groceries for those who are most vulnerable. The company will also begin to accept flexible spending account cards and flex cards through Medicaid and Medicare.
An update this morning, the original Quiznos at 13th and Grant will soon be a nail salon. Workers put up a sign last week that said David Nails and Beauty would be opening soon. The city closed the Quiznos there earlier this year because the location didn't pay taxes. Leaf peeping season may peak a tad later this year, but we're already seeing pops of gold in the mountains.
I went out trying to find some, not much just yet, but hopefully soon. State parks and CDOT, they're of course getting ready for an influx in visitor tourism from leaf peepers ready to enjoy the views. Golden Gate Canyon State Park says they will see around 300,000 visitors in the next few weeks, and with it, full trailheads and lots of traffic on the road. So if you're planning a visit, make a plan A and maybe even a plan B and even a plan C so that you're not disappointed if your trail or lookout is full when you get there. CDOT says this time of year can bring backups and long waits on I-70 between Silverthorne and Denver, especially at the tunnels with up to 3,000 cars every hour trying to pass through at peak times.
We expect heavier traffic than normal in other parts of the state, in the high country particularly. So you have to watch for people getting out of their cars, taking pictures, that kind of thing. You just have to be very, very vigilant this time of year.
Good reminder there. And before you head west, fill up your tank, be patient, and expect your drive times to double on some of those busier routes.
And the weather's going to stay nice if you're heading up there. Take a look at these temperatures along the Front Range for today. Mostly in the low to mid 80s with lots of sunshine. Tomorrow, a few degrees warmer, and we'll keep the sunshine around.